All right, I think we're ready, and I'm going to start explaining this activity for you. Basically, what you have here is a vocabulary activity that you can use, and you can create an account on this platform that is called Peer Deck. And over here, um, it's an interactive template that it is created in order to make in order to make relationships between vocabulary, sentence used, and the illustrative or animated part of the language. Okay. The learning environment or ambiente de aprendizaje that holds this platform. Let me go back. It is like a factory, okay? El ambiente de aprendizaje que plantea esta plataforma es la de una fábrica, la de well, yeah, como una línea de producción, something like that, okay? And basically, when you use this, you put your students into the day shift group and the night shift group. When you have like a very crowded classroom like the ones that we have right now, what happens is that it gives you like teams, and if you see your name over there and you see it in the same like area or block with another student, it means that you are just together for this task, and you are going to be working in a collaborative way in order to use this vocabulary or new language task. But at the same time, you are part of a bigger group that is the day one or the night one. Okay. And what it's quite interesting and practical about this platform is that at the end of the activity, you work really close with the communicative approach of the language, because you and the whole class have to decide which products or which outcomes from the activity are the best ones, or the best perform, or the most creative, or the most interesting from the class. Let's see who's there. Okay. Okay. Another aspect of the platform is that if you want to like change some of the students, like the way they were assigned into the activity or the game, you can just shuffle the teams over here, and then it will give you like different couples right now. Yes, question.
Teacher, could you put the code again, because I'm out?
Sure.
I couldn't get in.
Can you see it here, Carmen? On your right, I'm sorry, your left bottom, it's joinpt.com, and then you have AXAC GJP. That will be the code.
Okay, but without within a space.
I think it doesn't ask you for the space.
Okay, XAC
GJP.
GA.
Yeah, let's wait for you. Let's see if you're able to.
Okay. Somebody. Thank you, Jorge. He put it here.
Okay. Just let me know when you're in. I will see your name here as well. Let's shuffle again. How are you, Carmen? Could you do it?
Yes, teacher.
All right. Yeah, okay. I can see you over here. You are with Maria Jose Avila. All right. So when you give it a click on the Let's Play button, it's going to show you as a teacher something like this. Okay. Let me just share what you're watching as a student.
Basically.
Students are now working on their flashcards. Move on to quality control when you feel you have enough cards to review. Now, what are you going to do over here? This is what you're watching as a student, okay?
Okay.
So, if you have this, it says work with your group too. Draw an example of mistletoe. If you have the word draw, it means you have to use colors and crayons and all the color palette that you have over here. And you have to give an illustration of this possible word. In this case, it is mistletoe. And then you have the meaning of the word below. When you're done with that, you're gonna give it a click on I'm done drawing. Okay? In another case, you might have to use it in a sentence, okay? Or you might have to write your own definition about it. So let's wait for the result. This is the thing that your students will be doing. You as a teacher, now you have like, this is the challenge for each team. Fíjate bien, en el ambiente de aprendizaje que pone esta plataforma, te divide a los grupos en equipos y te da parejas por cada turno, por el turno de la mañana y el turno de la noche, ¿ok? Ahorita mismo, cada pareja de cada turno está trabajando en un término o en una palabra nueva con la que tú vas a desarrollar la clase. Esto es ideal para detonar un inicio de actividad o igual para recuperar los conocimientos al finalizar la sesión. En este caso, yo estoy dando cierto vocabulario que tiene que ver con tis the season, que es como el holiday season, ¿ok? Algunos de ustedes están trabajando en ornament, snowflake, mistletoe, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Entonces, vamos a ver quiénes al final tienen la mejor flashcard de los dos turnos. Por eso, si ustedes lo ven aquí, está repetido, ¿ok? Entonces, ahorita lo vamos a revisar. Vamos a dar unos minutos para que terminen de hacer su task. Oh, someone just dropped the first flashcard. Bueno, ya me otro. Okay. All right, class. Remember, this is like a vocabulary presentation practice. You can use it to summarize content at the end of the lesson or at the beginning of the lesson. What I'm trying to do here is to recover the principles we were just checking right now about the affective or the expressions and or the all these phrases or communication that we must have inside our classroom. So this type of activities, what they do is like they detonate intercommunication between the students, like what you're trying to do right now. Toda la comunicación que se está generando ahorita en el grupo de WhatsApp es lo que tratamos nosotros de generar con este tipo de actividades, pero en el salón de clase o de manera escrita, pues tratarlo de hacerlo también en el lenguaje target, en el L2, ¿ok? Y lo que estamos haciendo aquí es usar esta plataforma que es Peer Deck, donde tiene este ambiente de aprendizaje de una fábrica. La fábrica o el juego de la fábrica te plantea un reto para que lo abordes en grupos colaborativos, ya sean parejas o en grupos de 3, dependiendo de la cantidad de alumnos. El juego de la fábrica te pone frente a 2 retos. Escribir el significado o la oración, dependiendo del juego, de un término que el instructor te dé, que el maestro te dé, y a la par de eso, la parte interactiva o la parte un tanto kinestésica o visual del juego es el aporte de la ilustración. Como pueden estar viendo ahorita en la pantalla, cuando los estudiantes, que en este caso son ustedes, empiezan a producir estas flashcards, porque al final de cuentas es una actividad para crear flashcards colaborativas. Cuando dan I'm done drawing o I'm done writing, empiezan a caer estas tarjetas y es como podemos empezar a tener acceso a las creaciones de nuestros estudiantes, ¿ok? Pero en todo ese proceso hacemos eco a todas estas interacciones y a todos estos relike expressions que mencionábamos ahorita. ¿Estamos listos los demás? Cerramos ya el control de calidad. Nos vamos a la siguiente parte. ¿Todos listos?
No, teacher. 1 minute more.
Come on, people. We have a lot of work to do. Damos un minutito más. Pongo el timer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 1 minute. All right, let's go to quality control. So, in the challenge, you were supposed to have the illustration of the term and You have to have like the meaning of the word that you are presented with. Esta es la parte colaborativa, donde también hacemos eco a la parte del vocabulario o de las expresiones y la intercomunicación entre el grupo. Okay? So the class is supposed to give it a yes, like a thumbs up, or no, like the disapproval. So if you agree with this flashcard, raise your hand on the video call. Si estás de acuerdo que está bien hecha, le damos el voto y vamos revisando cuántos. Si es más de la mitad, pues les damos el visto bueno. Okay, people, I have 21. I have only 5 votes, 6 votes. No pasa el control de calidad. Okay. Sorry. This is like from Spider-Man. So what do you think? Is it okay? I don't think so. Mitten, when you have cool hats, you need to use a mitten. What do you say? Yes or no? No votes. Sorry.
Teacher, pues levantamos las manos.
Let's see. I wasn't watching. I'm sorry. Ornament.
No, teacher.
I'm sorry. This is okay. I get it. Like this is the one that goes on the Christmas tree. But what about this? Like, come on, people. You're supposed to give me like the meaning or a sentence.
¿Es la esfera navideña? Pues...
Well, thank you. Of course, I know in Spanish, but what's the use you can give it? Like there is an ornament on the tree or something. Yes?
no, yes.
So, no, this doesn't go. Oh, man. Candy cane. I like to give, like a present, a candy cane to my mom. What do you say? Yes or no? Yeah, I'm having like 10. Okay. This will be the first one. Congratulations, people. Candy cane. It has a strawberry flavor or apple flavor. It is large, and I think the definition is quite understandable. And this is quite nice as well. This will be good. Esto traten de hacerlo cuando usen esta plataforma. Sí traten de hacerlo consensuado con sus chicos de secu o de primaria, porque se ponen muy intensos. Aquí por el tiempo lo estoy ya dando como a review. This is the tinsel. I bought this tiny tinsel yesterday for the Christmas decoration. It's very beautiful, isn't it? Yes, it is. And this is quite beautiful as well. Very nice. Let's see who's in. The wreath. I just placed some golden and pink wreaths on my parents' house with my sister, and it looks really amazing. Well done, you people. All right, icicle. When in the roof of the house has it, it is dangerous because...
Oh my God, it's amazing that paint.
All right, if you said so. This is a masterpiece. So thank you to the author of this. You go into the Met Museum. Dude, what is this? Icicle. If you look toward a light through an icicle, you will see a rainbow. Well, that's correct because of the light reflection, but I'm not sure about this. What is this? This looks like the Popocatépetl or something.
No, it's an caramba, but I don't know how to write. So
Oh, okay. I got it. Thank you for the interpretation. So yeah, you see, once you're finished checking or reviewing all these amazing flashcards your students made, then it gives you the mark. You have the day shift with 3 points, the night shift with 3 points. And then if you want to do something more interactive or like in the outcome of the activity, you can just give it a click over here on the print set. You can save it as a PDF file, like the one that you're watching right now. Well, this was not completed, but the ones that were accepted, you can save it, and then later you can share it with your students. Maybe they can paste it on the notebook, and then they can just practice their vocabulary terms, giving more definitions, giving more illustrations, or something like that. Okay, so yeah, we're done doing this. Right now, I'm going to continue with the presentation. Let me stop sharing. This is going to be Drive. Copy. Give me 1 second. I'm just checking all my all the tasks that I have to have prepared in order to continue. This is where the forecast. This is this one. And I think we are done. Oh, sorry. So yeah, we're finished checking this. Now we have the next hour in front of us for this session. Now you can be taking notes on this. Don't worry, I'm going to give you all the information when we finish for this session. But right now we're going to be talking and we're going to be checking some information about our audiences. Perhaps some of you, especially people from pre-K and elementary bachelor's degree, they will be more related, or they have heard some of these terms more than people from junior high, because it has to be something about the early stages on learning development. So for me, as an English teacher during my Escuela Normal, I think I was only referred to pay attention or to study and to go and check information from the learning processes, but only for teenagers. And if I have to be honest, perhaps there was like a huge gap or like a blank space in order to understand better how language is presented into a classroom, how L2 has to be performed or delivered or activated in the classroom. And maybe having this information before would have helped me to create better lessons in my early teaching years. And I don't know, trying to prepare more and knowing more about these theories and these phenomena that we have to be aware all the time when we are in front of a classroom, okay, in front of a class. So during this hour, we're going to be learning about our learning audience, types of words in English acquisition. There is like a whole branch of terms and technical words and theories that it comes again to one of like the foundational schemes or foundational ideas if you want to call yourself an English effective teacher. Okay, so let's move on. When we talk about developmental stages in language acquisition, we identify like four main scenarios or four main stages when it comes to learning processes and L1 and L2 environments. So what do I have to have this in mind as an English teacher? Well, because if you understand how your students were formed or how they approach to L1, you are going to understand better what you have to do in order to emulate or to duplicate or to reproduce the same system or the same steps or the same scenarios when it comes to L2. That is why. Porque es importante que aunque yo me llame maestro de inglés en secundaria, yo tenga que conocer o tenga que tener fresca la idea o el conocimiento de cómo se adquiere el idioma en las etapas tempranas de desarrollo, si yo estoy tratando con un público adolescente, porque me va a dar un referral, me va a dar un wider vision, una visión más amplia de lo que yo tengo que detonar y tengo que lograr con el L2, que va a ser muy similar. Si mantengo la práctica en el communicative approach, va a ser muy similar a lo que mis estudiantes experimentaron desde sus etapas tempranas de desarrollo. Entonces, importantísimo tenerlo como parte de la reflexión de la práctica, que tanto la práctica que he hecho hasta ahora en mis espacios de jornadas intensivas, o si estoy llevando la práctica ya en séptimo, o si estoy llevando ya un trabajo, un seguimiento de docencia en un empleo, qué tanto se asimila y qué tanto se parece a este proceso natural que han llevado mis alumnos con el L1. Mi objetivo es reproducir esa teoría o reproducir ese escenario tal cual en el L2, no, pero me puede dar una idea más amplia de qué recursos tengo a la mano para lograrlo. Okay, so developmental stages in language acquisition. What do children learn and when? We have 4 different stages from 0 to 1 year: sounds and words, from 1 to 3, words and chunks, from 3 to 5, telegraphic sentences, and from 6 to 12 years old, complete sentences. When we talk about sounds and words from 0 to 1 year, it's mostly in a repetitive way. When we go from 1 to 3, the chunks, it's like trying to make sense out of different words. Those will be like the chunks of the language. From 3 to 5, the phenomena of telegraphic sentences is because mostly from 3 to 5, we're emulating and we are repeating every single word, idea, phrase, and intonation we are listening to and what is quite close to us in the communicative environment. And from 6 to 12, we are going to be able to complete completed sentences that make sense. Let's go back to age from 1 to 3. Okay, I'm not staying from the 0-1 because we're not working in any daycare, but I think that this is quite related to preschool because you are the ones who take these kids in the learning processes. By the age of 2, the ability to reliably produce about 50 different words. That's what a kid in this stage is able to perform. By the age of 2, the kid has the ability to combine words into simple, functional sentences, like mommy juice, kiss baby, more outside. It means there is an action and there is a purpose on what the kid is trying to communicate. These early telegraphic sentences leave out grammatical morphemes, articles, prepositions, auxiliary verbs. It is not necessary. Yet, word order signals they are meaningful constructions, not a random list of words. It will be exactly the same scenario in an L2 classroom. Most of your beginners or your early users classroom on English will perform and will try to emulate this same stage, but with your help. It means when it's the time to assess or to evaluate products on the L2 during this stage, pay special attention. What are you evaluating? And what is blocking you from watching and from being able to see your students using the L2 with these same skills? ¿Cuántas veces durante un nivel inicial o un nivel temprano de de dominio del idioma nos vamos a enfocar más específicamente en un acento, en una entonación o en una complejidad o basta o no basta de palabras, cuando lo que nos están diciendo aquí es que el sentido de lo que se está comunicando es entendible y hasta ahí se logra reproducir. Entonces sería lo mismo para el L2, ¿ok? No intentemos meter entonces en una clase de un nivel inicial una rúbrica o un proceso complejo de evaluación que incluya articles, prepositions and auxiliary verbs, no que no las use el alumno, que el alumno sea consciente del uso de ese aspecto del speech. Todavía no es el momento. Language development linked to cognitive development. For example, children do not use temporal adverbs last week or tomorrow until they understand the concept of time. Nuestros estudiantes en secundaria o en primaria ya conocen el concepto del tiempo. Ya identifican frases como estas en la lengua materna. ¿Ok? Entonces aquí lo más lógico sería decir, bueno, si ya las dominan en la lengua materna, entonces quiere decir que ya las puedo exigir en un nivel inicial también, pero en el L2. Pues resulta que no, porque la cognición es la misma. El concepto de tiempo mentalmente todavía no lo identifican porque no han aprendido aún a comunicar estadías del tiempo en cualquier línea del tiempo común. Ahorita lo saben comunicar de una manera telegráfica, pero ellos en el L2 todavía no logran ubicarse en tiempo y espacio de manera diferente, con una acción que viene sucediendo, que sucederá, que ya sucedió, etc. Esa complejidad tampoco la han adquirido. De ahí la importancia también de llegar con un nivel básico y no aborazarnos a cambiar de tema tras tema para decir, para la semana 3, mis estudiantes, they already know what is simple past and they have memorized by heart like 52 verbs that are irregular verbs. So I'm an amazing teacher. Yes, but what's the use of that if you're not communicating any meaningful ideas? So leave it to the stages. From age 3 to 5, most children learn L1 vocabulary at the rate of several words a day, including less frequent words and structures. Most children can ask questions, give commands, report real events, create imaginative stories. Most children have acquired basic structures of the first language. They are learning to use correct word order and grammatical markers, number, manner, aspect. Most children are interacting with wider range of people. That's what's supposed to be happening as you go through your lessons as well. You start your lessons in a very conductive, control model interaction, but at the end of the day, you will have to be provoking or like congregating interactions inside your class. Most children are developing metalinguistic awareness, like drink the chair is not possible, cake the eight is not possible, and they are grown in so many different ways. Okay, so when we're talking about beginner, intermediate level, I think we are in the same stage. Okay, we don't have like the whole structure of the language, but the few language, the few words, the few ideas that I am using, they make the whole sense out of the world. Okay, from the age 6 to 12 years old. Acuérdate que esto lo estoy tomando de la teoría de Chomsky, de uno de los que vamos a revisar ahorita, emulando el proceso del L1, de la adquisición del L1 en el L2 de igual manera. By the time they start school, most children have had 20,000 hours of language exposure and can produce several thousand words in L1. At school, learning to read stimulates metalinguistic awareness, like letters, symbols, stop, continue, walk, enter, quiet, don't run, etc. Language has form as well as meaning. Caterpillar is a long word, but it's a short, tiny animal. Vice versa, like train is a short word, but it's like a huge, visible thing. Okay. Discovery of ambiguity, multiple meanings, like jokes. That's why kids in secondary or primary school, they can start making jokes. They're teasing each other, they bullying each other. They are good using sarcasm sometimes. I don't know, okay? And this is when it comes to pragmatics term, okay? Recordemos que la pragmática es todo lo que rodea a una palabra y que le da significado. Vocabulary expands. Several hundred year to several thousand, year to include lower frequency words and structures, latitude from geography, mummified from history, through reading a variety of text types in different subject areas. En la etapa de los 6 a los 12 años, que generalmente es cuando hay otra técnica del inglés o otra técnica, otro enfoque que le llamamos el Content Language Integrated Learning, es donde viene esta parte de aprender inglés de la mano de otros sílabos o de otra currícula, como es la geografía, la biología, etc. Por eso el CLIL no se da en etapas tan tempranas tampoco. Acquisition of different language registers, written versus spoken, formal versus informal, in interactive context, understanding of different communicative purposes and audiences. En esta etapa, hablando o emulando la etapa avanzada de un dominio del L2, ya estaríamos entonces hablando de contexto, de pragmática y de un poco más de interacción para interpretar o para inferir. Pero en etapas tempranas no es tan viable. There is something that is called face-to-face interaction. The parent talk, the teacher talk. En otras palabras, tú te conviertes en un espejo de lo que el alumno está recibiendo en su casa. Pero en este caso del L2, tú vas a ser el único espejo. Entonces, este binomio de parent talk, teacher talk no se da. Nada más se da contigo porque pues los papás que están en casa con el niño no dominan el L2. ¿Ok? Acting as a conversational partner for young learners helps the kid gradually build networks of associations by modeling correct usage of the target language. The modify input, adapted speech that includes slower rate of speech, y esto es lo que es muy común dentro de la práctica del L2. El input modificado o moldeable, que es donde trabajamos nosotros con la entonación, con la velocidad, con el ritmo, para simplificar patrones del lenguaje y lograr que se empiecen a reproducir en el grupo donde yo estoy trabajando, ¿ok? El simple lexis no es otra cosa más que un vocabulario muy específico, muy básico, y a partir de ahí puedo completar más estructuras. Y no lo neguemos, la práctica del lexis en el salón de clases va muy de la mano con el aspecto repetitivo y tiene mucho que ver con una de las teorías que vamos a revisar ahorita. El corrective feedback, recasting a modified corrected form of a learner's utterance. El utterance is like the whole compound of words that get together in order to make a sentence. Scaffolding, language used to support the communicative success of another speaker, okay? Providing missing lexis or expanding on incomplete sentences. El scaffolding generalmente en la enseñanza de un L2 viene ya al final y se representa de esta manera, para ayudar a parchar lo que haga falta en el idioma para que haga más sentido o para completar esas oraciones, que es una práctica que la mayoría de los teachers tenemos. No hacemos esta corrección visible, pero nos damos a la tarea, buscamos el espacio en la pizarra, en la libreta, con la mímica, para completar este lexis que le hace falta al chico. Hablando de todas estas etapas de adquisición del idioma, llegamos a este punto. 3 teorías sobre la adquisición de un segundo idioma, ¿ok? So we are going to be talking about 3. Behaviorism, that comes from Skinner, like the pioneer on this. And then we have Innatism, that comes from Chomsky, and the Interactionism. We have 2 major exponents of this, Piaget and Vygotsky. What about the behaviorism? Like one of the early theories when it comes to language acquisition. It is a theory of learning which argues that all human behavior can be predicted, measured, and controlled, and that learning is simply a matter of stimulus and response. And it does happen. Y sí sucede dentro del salón de clases y dentro del salón de L2. Sí sucede que se da este estímulo y respuesta, pero a la larga se genera una contención del idioma que después no es muy útil. If a behavior is rewarded, it is repeated. Y está el experimento que utilizó Skinner sobre las zanahorias, o este ejemplo que tenemos sobre el animal que avanza porque hay una zanahoria frente a él. If a behavior is not rewarded or is punished, it is eventually abandoned and extinguished. So those will be like the sticks, okay? At what cost you keep your students inside this bubble of the language, and at what cost is it going to be useful for them to put it outside? Está muy claro. Nosotros trabajamos en un entorno que es EFL, English as a Foreign Language. El L2 que estás enseñando no forma parte de la inmediatez del alumno, pero aún así no tiene que convertirse en un ejercicio conductual o en un conocimiento o en un desarrollo del conocimiento conductual. Algunos de los promotores de esta teoría del behaviorism o del conductismo, Ivan Pavlov, que habla sobre los experimentos de respuesta y estímulo, John Watson, que fue el primero que empezó a aplicar estos mismos experimentos, pero en la conducta humana, y por último tenemos a Skinner, que implicaba que, al igual que los animales, los humanos tenían las mismas respuestas derivado de estos experimentos de Watson. Luego viene otra teoría que es Innatism. Innatism. First, not created, I don't know, but one of the pioneers on this, it is Noam Chomsky from 1959. This man was like, okay, Skinner, you know what? Your notion about language acquisition is not convincing at all. So I'm going to try to prove this point here. He said that language acquisition comes or appears through environmental input and imitation. Children are not blank slates who passively relied on an external stimulus, like forget about the carrots, ya olvídate de las zanahorias, no siempre va a haber zanahorias a la mano. No quiere decir que los niños a los que se les va a enseñar no vengan con nada ya en su interior. Y él tenía esta frase que decía, children are not like parrots. They're not just like any other animal that are going to emulate or repeat sounds. They're very intelligent creatures, and there's more to do with them than only doing like a reward and a stimulus reaction. He said that children, they pick up patterns. Muchas de las descripciones que vimos ahorita de las etapas tempranas de la adquisición del idioma se deben a la teoría del innatismo de Chomsky. Language practice involves creativity. Not for the teacher, for the kid that is acquiring and that is receiving all this stimulus all the time. Something happened in the kid's brain that he needs to get creative, or she needs to get creative in order to understand that what he or she is receiving through this and this is going to be useful later to communicate on this. From the innatism theory, there comes another term that for English teachers is well known as well, that it will be the universal grammar. Universal grammar, it says basically, children are biologically pre-equipped to learn language. This allows them to discover the underlying rules of a language. What are the underlying rules of a language? Intonation, patterns, rhythm, pace, inference, all that, okay? And then it comes the interactionism. That is something more complex. Interactionism says that the game between innate learning and the environment is like the key. Language acquisition is part of the skills and knowledge that shape children's cognitive and social development. Las habilidades del lenguaje son parte del conocimiento, del desarrollo cognitivo del niño y de su desarrollo social, pero no lo son todo, porque no puedes hablar de adquisición del lenguaje y producción del lenguaje relacionado enteramente a toda la cognición de un ser humano. ¿Qué va a pasar cuando tengas seres humanos que oralmente o auditivamente no pueden hacer esa intercomunicación? Por eso el interaccionismo dice que no toda la fase cognitiva de desarrollo de un ser humano se limita a lo que pueda producir oralmente o a lo que pueda recibir auditivamente o a lo que pueda recibir visualmente. ¿Ok? No lo sé, pero estoy casi seguro que del interaccionismo se derivan muchísimas teorías o los inicios de toda esta inclusión en la educación y lo que en sus etapas tempranas se llegó a conocer como educación especial hasta la fecha. Algunos de los interaccionistas más relevantes de los que tú y yo tendríamos que estar leyendo todo el tiempo, y nos ayuda, créemelo, nos ayuda a tener una práctica más compleja. Los interaccionistas, a.k.a. known as constructivists, well, Jean Piaget, he says that language is one of many symbol systems in kids. Él es el primero que lo dice. El idioma es uno de muchos sistemas simbólicos en los niños, pero no lo es todo. Entonces, no se quedan fuera los niños que no pueden acercarse al idioma oral, auditivo o visual. Vygotsky, con el término que tú y yo también ya tenemos que estar muy familiarizados, las zonas de desarrollo próximo, scaffolding and social interaction, ¿ok? Lo que esté en la inmediatez del alumno, dependiendo de su etapa de desarrollo, es lo que es ideal para trabajar. And then you have Brunner, Jaron Brunner. He says, how kids use dialogue and narrative to make sense of the world. I have a mistake over there. Brunner lo que hace es que toma la interacción social de Vygotsky y dice que en la parte o en el uso del diálogo entre niños, que tú lo puedes ver en un grupo de primero de primaria, en la hora del recreo, etcétera, hay toda una complejidad porque cada niño se comunica en estos diálogos y les otorga una narrativa alegre, reflexiva, nostálgica, amorosa, reactiva, molesta, etcétera. Y esto les va dando una interpretación del mundo. ¿Qué tiene que ver? Cuando a mí me lo explicaban, ¿qué tiene que ver con el inglés? Well, it makes a lot of sense. Like, we communicate emotions and we reflect each other on the way we talk to each other, the way we speak. Why would it be any different in any other language? Like, ¿por qué tratamos cada vez que trabajamos con el L2 de robotizar las conversaciones o los diálogos y de gestionar un espacio de conversación donde no exista esta parte de la narrativa o este sentido del mundo? Si forma parte de lo que es la comunicación. Okay? Let's go with an example. Working in pairs and groups. The tendency with primary learners is to treat the class as a whole group and underestimate their ability to work in pairs or in small groups. Even very young learners can become independent in their learning and guided early on, they will be more likely to grow into autonomous and successful language learners. Long story short, it is quite important to generate interaction between your students. We're going to make an example over here, okay? Let's go with this one. So, when we're talking about social interactions in the classroom and we're talking about generating interaction between your students because it makes sense about the narrative and construction relationship and all the possible interaction between your students, there's nothing more approachable or effective as the use of role plays, the weather forecast, like the example that I have right now here. So this is what we're trying to do. Let's take a look to this forecast first. So you are going to work in groups of 4. And this is what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to send you the link right now. And I just want you to pay attention on this following part. This forecast, it demands the participation of 4 students. And I'm going to tell you where. Take a look. I need someone from the team that you are going to work with. I need someone to be like, this is the weather report today coming to you by Fox News. 7 days local forecast. By Friday, we're expecting a maximum 94 degrees, 74 at the minimum. Take care on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we're expecting minimum of 71. We continue with the city of DC, New York, Chicago, Dallas, Miami, LA, and Oklahoma. Expecting an interesting weather predictions for each and every one of these cities, especially New York, because we have a minimum of 76 degrees. Now, what's going on in the world? Moscow goes on Friday by 89 degrees, humidity 74. Now, let's take a look to Sarajevo. If you're planning on a getaway weekend to the city, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So what I want you to do is to improvise. And student number 1, you present the weather forecast and you say goodbye to the weather forecast. Student number 2, you go with the weather during the week. Student number 3, you go with the weather of 1, 2, 3, 4 cities. And the student number 4, you are going to deliver the rest of the cities as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my list and take a look to your to the video right now. You can be watching that, and I'm going to make the teams right now. This is like a right away practice. Esta práctica la vamos a hacer aquí luego. Les acabo de mandar la liga del video. Lo pueden empezar a revisar para que revisen la información que vamos a trabajar. ¿Ok? It's a quite simple forecast video. Un estudiante que presenta, que despide la sección del forecast. Un estudiante que da el forecast de la semana en la ciudad de donde ustedes estén transmitiendo. Otro estudiante da el forecast para estas ciudades de los Estados Unidos. Y otro estudiante se va al forecast de manera internacional, hablando de la ciudad de Moscú, hablando de Sarajevo, y hay otra ciudad que creo que es en... creo que es en Croacia y creo que es la ciudad de Zagreb, si no me equivoco. Creo, no me acuerdo. Okay, so I need teams of 4 students. And déjenme hago los equipos.
Teacher, could you send again the link of the video, please?
Sure, let me put it over here.
Thank you so much.
There it is. Okay, are you ready? Have you checked the video right now?
Yes, teacher.
All right. I'm just gonna send you the team that you are right now. So on the team number 1, we have Hania, Nancy, and Eileen. Team number 2, Jorge Luis, Luis Fernando, Vanessa, Valeria, Vianey, Lisette, José Eduardo, Dafne, and Carmen, Adrián, Jocelyn, Eric, and Mariana, Erika, Eribeth, Kitsia, and Maria Jose, Ana Karen, and Andy. There go you go on the last team, and it's going to be only the 2 of you. So good luck on that. What are we going to do right now? I'm going to leave you these teams over here on the screen, and you have to take like a few minutes, and you are going to try to use the template for the weather forecast. Van a tratar de usar el templete que es para el reporte del clima, and you are going to make the description of this video. El video está súper corto, it's 1 minute long, es la duración de 1 minuto. Get creative, people. Like, I want to hear all of you talking in English. Okay, so the best way that I come with, the best idea that I come up with is, lo que se me ocurrió fue que uno de los alumnos presenta y despide el forecast. Un alumno agarra el forecast semanal, un alumno agarra el forecast por ciudades y un alumno agarra el forecast internacional. Si son 4, good for you. Si son 5, también, porque se pueden dividir más. Si son 2, I'm sorry. It's going to be 1 minute out. Okay, so how do you say if we give, it's 3 minutes to 7. Empezamos 5 past 7. Okay, just for you to, y creo que es más que suficiente. Está súper, súper corto el video. Okay, so give it a go. Good luck. Lo vamos a hacer aquí en vivo cada equipo, ¿ok? Yo voy a reproducir el video y cada quien se prepara en su micro.
Hello, teacher.
Yes.
I have just connect late to the class, and
All right.
I'm not in the team.
Salvador, you can go to team number 6 with Ana Karen and Andy.
Okay.
Got it? Okay, and to add some more spiciness to this activity, we're gonna start with team number 3, so you better be ready. Okay? Team number 3, be ready. We're gonna start in 4 minutes. Have fun, people. This is just to have fun, and we're trying to emulate these interactive activities we're supposed to be doing in our practicas. Okay. Don't practice it too much. It has to be like spontaneous, okay? Like, and do not use like any script. It has to be like improvising. We're improvising. Live from CBS, this is the Weather Channel, reporting to you. Póngale un patrocinador. Coming to you by, I don't know, give me the name of a supermarket. Bodega Aurrera, always with you. Something like that. I don't know. Team number 3, 3 minutes. How are we doing, people? 1 minute. All right, team number 3. Lisette, Eduardo, Daphne, and Carmen, we are ready for you. And we are going to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready.
English teacher channel. We're gonna start the program with the news for the week.
Okay, we have here different days of the week. We can change. Okay, forget it.
Perfect. As you can see, this is the weather forecast for tomorrow in many different of the United States. As you can see in DC, New York, Chicago, Dallas, Miami, LA, and Oklahoma.
But let's move really quick to the weather around the world. We have the first one, Moscow. The day for today is going to be kinda warm. But what about Sarajevo? Sarajevo is going to be sunny, so take your sunglasses and go for a walk, people. We are moving to Zagreb. Zagreb is going to have like a good weather, but not that much, people. So take your umbrellas, please. And thank you.
That was amazing. Well done, people. That was really good. Come on. That was a good job. Good job, everyone. That was nice. Okay. Thank you, team number 3. Now you are going to be the ones who call out the next team. So if you be my guest, any of you can call out the next team. Who do you want to participate next?
Please be number 5.
Number 5. Thank you, ma'am. Number 5. That's Erika, Eribeth, Kitsia, and Maria Jose. We're ready for you. And we're going to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready.
Again, please.
Okay, pero estamos en vivo. There's no again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, good morning, everyone. Today we are going to present the weather report.
The days of local forest. Today we're gonna sunny, rainy, and day, and sunny day again. Your turn, Joaquin.
Okay, now we have the weather forecast for tomorrow. We have DC is going to be 94 degrees, and New York is going to be 87 degrees, and in LA it's going to be 110 degrees. It's going to be a good day to go for a walk with your dog and your family. Your turn, Lolita Ayala.
Thank you. From here in Moscow, we have a sunny day. So it's amazing. Now in Sarajevo, we have a sunny day. And you can travel with us. In Zaragoza, we have a cloudy day with humidity 50-50%. Thank you. See you the next.
And that's all. Thank you for watching.
That was amazing too. Okay, she was like, vamos contigo, Joaquín, al otro lado del estudio. It was amazing. That was good. Okay, now can you call it team number 5? Who's the next team? Come on, quickly. Chop, chop.
1.
No, 1. Hania, Nancy, Eileen, are you ready? Yes, teacher. You are?
Yes.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Perdón, teacher, pantalla.
No está compartiendo pantalla.
We can see the video, teacher.
Oh, sorry. My mistake. We go live in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Welcome to Weather Day, your best weather news. So today in this week we have different weather. So you can see maybe on Saturday it will rain, but on Sunday it's gonna be a little cloudy.
Hey, good afternoon. Today talk about the weather forecast tomorrow in DC, New York, Chicago, Dallas, Miami, Los Angeles, and Oklahoma. This day
What happened? Not even like a goodbye saying or anything. All right. Okay. Team number 1. Team number 3 is done. Team number 5 is done. Who's next? You can go 2, 4, or 6.
4.
Who do you want to be next? 2, 4, or 6?
Number 4.
Number 4. Adrian, Jocelyn, Eric, and Mariana. We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Good afternoon. Welcome to 1 p.m. Weather report present to you by Team 4.
Okay, let's gonna see. We got 90 and 40 degrees, and with a minimum of 54 degrees for the next 7 days. Then let's gonna see the tomorrow weather forecast with a maximum of 107 degrees and a minimum of 60 in the cities of DC, New York, Chicago.
The next word is series in the United States. The first DC is the 94th century, 26. The next New York City, 1876. Chicago, 1867. Dallas, 1001 and 78. Miami, 91, 72. Los Angeles, 1010, 81. Y Oklahoma, 97 and 71.
Thank you very much for listening to us. Take your precautions.
Thank you. You kind of stay short because the video was like long gone ended before you finished, but good to go. We go with Jorge Luis, Luis Fernando, Vanessa, and Valeria Vianney. Are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, ready.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the weather day. My partner will tell you the temperatures for today. So let's begin.
On Friday, we will expect a 94 degrees so high, so it's gonna be sunny. On Saturday, you will definitely need umbrellas. Probably the sun is gonna be present by Sunday.
We can
test the forecast for tomorrow.
Okay, we continue with the forecast for tomorrow. So it will be a beautiful weather. Please get ready with your best clothes because good things are for coming. Now with the weather in Moscow too, in Sarajevo. And Zagreb.
And that's all for today. Have a great week. And remember, Walmart is always with you.
That was quite professional. Very good. All right. Lastly, but not least, we go with team number 6. Just a question. Is Ana Karen and Andy here? Are you ready, girls?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good night. We are going to give you the weather report. So let's start. Salvador, tell us.
Wow, the weather for the local forecast, it will be cloudy on Friday, Sunday, and Thursday. But on Wednesday, we have a risk of a storm. Also on Saturday, with 58% of rise.
Thank you, Salvador. Now we have the weather of these United Cities of the United States. As you can see, Chicago will have a rainy day, so prepare your umbrella. And on the other hand, in LA, we will have a sunny day, so you will have a great day.
We're going to continue with Moscow. We have an 89 degrees, and then we following with and we are going to have a 79 degrees with a humidity of the 50%. And finally, we have a Zagreb, and we have an decrease, a humidity of 25%, and with no special warning. So thank you so much for watching, and let's continue with the score report.
That was amazing as well. Very nice, people. Thank you for following me on this, for following on these activities, and thank you for participating in all this collaborative performance that I was expecting from you. Thanks. So let's continue. The weather report practice was just like an activity I came up with that I was trying to relate to this theory about the interactionism, that it has to be a game that comes from the innate need that we as human beings have of talking to each other and communicate things to each other. Okay, and what's the best way to use something from the approachable immediateness or the environment? Well, the weather is always like a +1 activity that you can use. So thank you for following me on this. Now, checking all this information from behaviorism, something that is conducted, that is produced from a specific stimulus or action. Innatism, something that comes within any human being, that is there, and that is like a series or like a diversity of skill and notions that are already in our brains when we are born, and those skills are going to help us to develop and to produce more language and more structures through our as we grow. And then it comes the interactionism, that it has to be something with the social effectiveness and the social matter of any classroom or any L2 environment. There has to be hand by hand or face to face or back to back, whatever interaction within your students. Something's quite similar to what you just did right now with the weather example. We're gonna make a pause over here, and as part of the session for today, I'm going to ask you to give me this. This is going to be like a basic answer. What theory did we just put into practice here? What do you think we're trying to? What point we were trying to mark or to check doing this weather activity? Behaviorism, interactionism, or innatism? Any ideas?
The second one?
Interactionism, the first action or the first thing you as students were trying to pull up together or to deliver was to try to work in groups, to communicate to each other and to make arrangements, to organize the information, to decide who went first, who went second, who went lastly, and so on. So we just try to emulate or to reflect on what a simple speaking task inside a classroom will look like, but on the other hand, the whole theory and the whole point behind the activity. So that was just the objective of this. Okay, so what we are going to do next is that I'm going to ask you to go to Google Classroom for our virtual class, and I'm going to give you guys right now, it's going to be, I think we're going to have time for 15 minutes or maybe less. And you're going to find this one, session 3. And you are going to find on session 3 2 questions that is going to be your participation for today's model. The first question you are going to answer is going to be this one. Oh, someone already, Daphne already delivered the work. What did you just learn about young learners in the year you pretend to teach? based on the whole information we check about the early stages of language acquisition, what did you learn? Is there something you didn't know about the preschool kids, or the primary kids, or the junior high kids that you are going to work with, that you didn't know, and that is going to be part of your phenomena teaching English? Okay, whatever you can recall, you can collect, or you can reflect from those stages descriptions. Give me the idea. What did you just learn about young learners in the year you pretend to teach? All right, that is the first question you are going to answer right now. Let's go for the second question. On the second task for this control of participations, you're going to have a question here, and you're going to have a video. The question is, what is LAD? It has to do something, and this is about Chomsky's theory about the previous input, or the innate information that comes within humans once they are born. How can you explain in your own words this theory about having some inborn structures? Okay, so you have to give me the answer for two specific questions. The first one is like the most specific one. What is LAD? I'm just asking you for the meaning according to Chomsky and according to the video you are going to check over there. And the second one, how can you explain in your own words this theory about having some inborn structures? From now, that is 22 minutes past 7, you class are going to have 10 minutes to answer both of these two tasks. All right, is there any questions that you have? Let me set the timer, because we have another activity after you finish with your participation on these two questions. And I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. Van a encontrar las preguntas en el apartado de trabajo en clase derivado de la sesión 3, y están en el encabezado del trabajo. We have 10 minutes, people, to deliver this.
Teacher, sorry, could you repeat the first question? I don't understand well.
Sure. Let me just editate here some 1933. Okay, I'll tell you from this one, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. If you remember what I was just explaining and sharing with you about how kids start to acquire a new language, and how can we take that information in order to understand what we need to do in the classroom. Yes, like, okay, if the theory says that when they are in the stage 1 from 3 to 5 years, or the next stage, and they have different concepts or different skills towards the language, how can that resonate to your teaching practice? Like, how any of that information gives you like a broader idea of what you have to do in the classroom? Was there something that you didn't know about language acquisition that now you know, that is going to help you to understand how your students in another language can use or can learn the language in a better way?
Okay, teacher, thank you so much.
Yes, it's like another example that I'll give you is like, okay, if the theory, let me share the slides with you. If the theory it's telling us that in this stage, for example, from age 6 to 12, most of the kids in L1 en su lengua materna, they have approached and they have performed all these actions. Ya han relacionado todas estas acciones o han desarrollado todas estas cogniciones en la lengua materna. How can that be related, or how can we understand that if we're trying to teach a different language? Okay, does it means that it's going to be the same for teenagers and they have to be at the same stage as teenagers in L1? No, because this stage will be equivalent to advanced or to intermediate levels of the language. Yes? So when we talk about beginner level, we are understanding and we're trying to take the natural method or the natural approach to take it over there. De una manera más amplia es lo que tú y yo hemos escuchado en ocasiones sobre el método natural y lo que nos dice sobre cómo funciona el cerebro y el individuo respecto a la adquisición del lenguaje. El año 1 al año 3, derivado de la adquisición del lenguaje madre, tiene cierta similitud a lo que trabajamos en el L2, pero con un nivel elemental o un nivel muy, muy básico. Seguimos ese mismo proceso. So the question is, again, what did you just learn about young learners in the year you pretend to teach? Dependiendo de cuál vaya a ser tu audiencia, tu público, ¿qué aprendiste sobre cómo les debes de aproximar, de enseñar, de presentar el idioma?
Oh, thank you, teacher. I understand now.
All right. People, we have 6 minutes left. Class, are you ready to continue? Thank you. We have one final activity before we finish with this model. So just, if you're done, please raise your tiny hand on the video call so I can check and if I can move on or not. Okay, I have 5, 6. I'm sorry, is Erika Hernandez, are you here? Will you able to? Erika and Fernando Garcia, I'm sorry, you guys, I haven't read the message that you left on the classroom. My camera is on right now. All right, you guys, I think it's enough time and we're going to continue. So I do hope you can follow me on this one, just in order to finish the next 20 minutes. All right, let's move on. So the final questions that I was just sharing with you from the previous activity about the weather forecast was like trying to retake the idea of the three theories that I presented to you today and try to make this connection about this type of activities. What is like the baggage or the previous knowledge that comes into this type of activities, and we were checking and we were saying that it was interactionism. Now, I want to share with you a different idea, and let's see if we can connect the dots and try to make this connection about another possible theory that comes within many diverse activities we use in the classroom, but they have like a whole background behind. When we talk about prior knowledge is the knowledge the learner already has before they meet new information. Whether we're talking about preschool, junior high, or elementary school, doesn't matter. A learner's understanding of a text can be improved by activating their prior knowledge before dealing with the text. And this is like the perfect cycle that most of us will identify as the pre, post, and while activities during any of the 4 skills of the language. Developing this habit is a good learning training for them. We have an example. A group of young learners are going to read about dolphins. as an example. First, they talk about what they already know in a brainstorm activity. Activating prior knowledge can be something that can be model, or can be controlled, or can be deferred in a specific target, or it can be like an open activity just to activate metacognitive skills in your students. And that is going to be quite useful as well, especially during the stage of junior high, or the elder stages in elementary school. It's quite effective to use non-control activities when it comes to activating prior knowledge, because you get to see what this baggage or this background on the students when it comes to life in your lesson. In the classroom, talking about this topic about the dolphins, the pre-task activities are a good way to explore and share prior knowledge. Making predictions about content, answering true or false questions, agree on 5 things you know about, and class or group brainstorming are all effective tools. One of the prior knowledge by excellence activities or brainstorming activities that can be controlled or non-controlled is something that I have used so many years, that is called categories. Have you used categories before? Do you know what it's all about? Anyone? Have you heard of this term?
No, teacher.
What about the rest? Thank you, Carmen. Have you heard the term categories?
No.
No, teacher.
Do you remember when you were kids, or we were kids, and you would play like basta?
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yes, many times.
So right now, in order to place categories, that is like the English version or of scholastic game of basta, I'm going to send you. I mean, you can check it from here from the screen, but I'll send you the link on the video call, and you can use it as many times as you want with your class. This in particular, that is the website swellgarfo.com, is very useful because you get to modify or to control some of the content that you are teaching or you are working with your class. So right now, people, turn your cameras on, because we're gonna play a game. Be ready on the screen, okay? Because we're gonna play categories. I just want to explain to you the use of this skill. Les quiero explicar bien cómo usar el basta, que es en esta página de Wells Fargo, para que lo puedan utilizar con sus grupos. Lo amable o lo user-friendly de este Wells Fargo es que en esta parte de categorías, lo puedes hacer child-friendly, quiere decir que la complejidad del vocabulario baja. Puedes meter tus propias categorías y eliminar todas las que te da por default el templete de this category. Y puedes subir o puedes bajar el nivel de secciones que tú tengas que completar de acuerdo al fonema que te dé por default la plataforma. So, papel y pluma en mano. I'm going to give it restart. Everyone is going to have 120 seconds for this task. Todos vamos a tener 120 segundos para jugar, que es lo que muy comúnmente se lleva también en el basta. Okay? If someone says like you will finish before this, que alguien termine antes del tiempo, go ahead and call it basta. Doesn't matter. We're going to do it in Spanish. Okay? But this is one of the tasks you can use related to the innate skills. Esto va muy relacionado a la teoría que pone aquí Brunner sobre las habilidades innatas y que tiene que ver también con lo que revisábamos ahorita de Chomsky. Todo el bagaje que traiga el alumno, no saben ustedes, ni sé yo, la cantidad de conexiones que ustedes en lo individual ahorita empiecen a realizar a partir de que identifiquen la letra que va a ser el reto y las categorías que se pongan en la caja. ¿Ok? Si ustedes dicen basta, nos detenemos, pero nos dan sus respuestas en inglés. So, esto es serio. ¿Ok? Ready. Restart. 3, 2. Ay, esto está difícil. La está difícil. Okay, one more time. Restart. You see? Piece of cake. Okay. We're going to do this one in 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I got it. Mm, 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 mm. Oh my God. The second one is quite difficult. School supplies, school supplies. Oh my God. Time. Ah, God. Okay, I'm going to conduct this first one, okay? I'll give you my examples, and then for the second round, someone else can recall their experience. Vegetables. Dude, I know that I am wrong, but I wrote apricot, and I think apricot is a fruit. What do you have?
Avocado.
Avocado for 2.
Me too.
Damn, yeah.
But avocado is a fruit.
You see?
Just saying.
I don't know. Yeah, I
In this case, it is not a
vaguely
fruit.
remember it was a fruit, like apricot. Anyone has a fruit with an A? Something else?
Flowers.
Ooh, I don't. I have the name of a flower that is Andromeda, but I have to be honest. I Google it.
Well, I imagine. Amapola.
You see, because that's the Spanish name, but there's like
Yes.
a whole scientific name that I don't even know about. All
I
right.
don't know. In Spanish, I don't know what.
Yes. What do you have on product names?
I wrote Axe deodorant. The deodorant for men.
Avon.
Yeah, Bon.
That's a good one. Yes. Oh, dude.
Imagine.
I wrote a hacks, like the dish soap. What do you have on sports?
Aerobics.
Aerobics.
American football.
I wrote air surfing.
Air surfing.
Yeah.
That's very professional, Carmen. Have you done it?
No, imagine. I'm at home.
You never know. You never know. Okay, that's good. Movie titles.
Across the universe.
Atlantis.
Avatar.
Avatar. Aquaman. Yes, of
After.
course. Okay, bodies of water.
I don't know what's exactly what is
What is mean in this part, teacher?
Oceans, lakes, seas.
Amazonas.
The Atlantic.
Antarctic Ocean.
The Antarctic, the Atlantic. Yeah, that will be bodies of water. Famous females.
Angelina Jolie.
Anne Hathaway.
Amy Lookwood.
Yes.
Alejandra Guzman.
Ariana Grande.
Alejandra Guzman, good. I wrote Adele. Anne Hathaway. Yes, you're right. Cartoon characters.
I know, I forgot it.
Aladdin.
Aladdin. Yes, I have Aladdin as well. Okay, people. School supplies.
I wrote agenda. I don't know if it's correct.
Oh, that's
Oh, imagine.
good. Okay, I wrote a school bag.
An eraser.
Esa no cuenta.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So this is inclusiveness. Like your students can come up with these answers and it has to be okay. So let me be. Items in this room.
No.
An apple juice.
Come on.
It's
Yes.
apple juice. Apple juice.
Apple juice. Well, yeah, I wrote a bed because I'm in my bedroom right now. So deal with it. All right. We go with the last one and then I'll give you your final instructions and we can go. Okay. So be ready. One more time. Just one more time. 3, 2. Let's leave it in 8 categories because I think 10 is too long. Categories. Okay. Restart.
Imagine.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is very easy. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I got it. I'm done, people. I'm done. I'm done. 3, 2, 1. US cities. Houston.
Houston to
The Hamptons.
Oh no, go.
The Hamptons. It's quite fancy. Very expensive. Excuses for being late. Hangover.
Had to pee so bad.
Hey, I'm gonna do my homework with my friends.
hello, I'm
That was
sorry
like a
for
whole
being late.
paragraph, dude. That was like a whole paragraph. Okay, number 3. Historical figures.
Hidalgo.
Hipatia from Alexandria.
Homero.
I wrote Hitler. Number 4. Items you can take on a trip. Hand sanitizer.
High elevated level of
I'm back.
alcohol.
Sandwich.
Headphones.
Headphones. Very good. Weekend healthcare products. Very nice, yes. Weekend activities. Homework.
Hot people.
Party.
Hiking. Yeah, Cynthia is already hiking. What else you said? Hiking, homework?
On a party.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Words associated with money.
High price.
Hotels.
Hotel. Higher, high price. Very nice. This is very easy. Book titles. Harry Potter.
Hunger Games.
Yes, of course. Harry Potter. And internet lingo is like internet slang, like all these like abbreviations young people use it right now, like LOL and blah blah blah. So I didn't get anything, but there is one. You have it. Do you have one?
I put HBU.
And that means?
What about you? WH. No, forget it.
No,
I got it wrong.
Hey,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I got one that is WYWH. That it means wish you were here. So take that in mind. I Googled it as well. So
Sorry, I don't understand like this.
internet lingo, Carmen, is like the common expression that you will usually use when you're texting on social media commonly, but you abbreviate expressions. Like you can
forget it. I never do that.
Yeah, like, well, you can still do it, but it will be like HBD, like happy birthday, or LOL, like laughing out loud, and like those phrases.
No.
Okay. People, this was fun. I think we should do it next time. Okay, I'm just gonna share with you the other activity you have on Classroom, just in case you haven't checked, and then we're free to go. Now, for this lesson, you delivered 2 products already that were 2 questions. This one from the video from Noam Chomsky, and the one about the young stages of language acquisition. There is one activity that you have to fulfill until next Friday that is called Keep Talking. For this activity, you're going to use a book, a leaflet that I left also on Classroom. Para esta actividad que se llama Keep Talking, hay un PDF que está cargado también en la sección de lección número 3, donde ustedes tienen que trabajar en la página 12 de este compendio, de este booklet para maestros, y elegir una de las actividades que vienen ahí como warm-ups, que vienen como warmers de clase, ¿ok? Todas están enfocadas al skill de speaking. Lo que yo les estoy pidiendo que hagan con Keep Talking es que esa actividad que seleccionen de este libro, ustedes desarrollen el proceso de adquisición del lenguaje de una manera visual y apoyada en ciertas palabras clave, que comúnmente ese tipo de trabajos o ese tipo de documentos se les llama como infographics. So, todas las instrucciones vienen ahí. Create an infographic. You can use, hay una página que llamamos Canvas. Ustedes la pueden hacer en Paint, la pueden hacer en PowerPoint o otra app que ustedes utilicen. the focus or the goal of the infographic is describe the language acquisition process through the warm-up. Revisando todos los términos, las teorías, los autores que hemos revisado, en una de las actividades que yo seleccione de este libro, cómo se desarrolla y cómo se adquiere el idioma para los alumnos, ¿ok? Un aspecto importante que recuerdo de una infografía es que utiliza piezas de texto muy breves, muy discretas y que es mayoritariamente visual, ¿ok? Make sure to mention to which of the LA theories you can relate this particular activity. ¿Cuáles de estas teorías que hemos revisado, el innatismo, el constructivismo, el dinamismo, el interaccionismo, se hacen presentes en esta actividad que tú selecciones? ¿Ok? Me pueden hacer entrega del producto en un PDF o en calidad de imagen, como ustedes gusten. Para realizar esta infografía, les estoy dejando aquí 2 recursos. El primero, aquí está el compendio o el material de donde van a seleccionar ustedes la actividad, que es un booklet para maestros que se llama Keep Talking, Communicative Fluency Activities for Language Teaching. Se van hasta la página 12 y a partir de la página 12 van a encontrar la propuesta de actividades para que ustedes seleccionen una. Y son estas que están aquí. Names, name circle, name tags, identity cards, trademark, 3 adjectives, steam sentence, choosing pictures, clusters, groupings, back-to-back o similar and different. Dependiendo de la que ustedes elijan, van a buscar el proceso o el desarrollo de la actividad que viene descriptivamente en la parte de abajo, con el objetivo y con el procedimiento. En base a esa información, ustedes podrán ilustrar cómo será el proceso de adquisición del idioma por medio de esta actividad de speaking. Y para darnos una idea un poco más amplia de cómo es una infografía, he dejado 2 ejemplos acá para que ustedes lo revisen. Okay, these will be infographics, and this is how an infographics looks as well. Esto es como luce también una infografía, okay? El texto es discreto, es mayoritariamente visual. El aspecto de la creatividad y lo demás ya lo dejo a discreción de cada uno de ustedes. That will be it. Just in case you have forgotten, en caso de que no lo hayan visto también, las actividades que no las asigné el mismo día que terminamos el módulo 2, por eso vienen para que las entreguen más tardar el domingo, son única y exclusivamente 2. El video que yo les había mencionado que iban a realizar, derivado de esta propuesta del aspecto afectivo del idioma, con el ejemplo que viene ahí de Kids Present in 20 Things, viene una rúbrica para que vean cómo se va a revisar el video y hay que responder como trabajo de la sesión 2 una pregunta más en base a la información que encuentren aquí sobre las teorías y las hipótesis de Crashing, que eso es retomando el contenido de la sección 2. All right, well, thank you everyone. Muchas gracias a todos. Les agradezco que se quedaron la clase pasada porque me estaba muriendo literal del resfriado, pero I'm okay right now. So I'll see you next Friday. Y bueno verlos algunos de ustedes que no los conocía más que por voz. Mariana, María José, Valeria, Cintia que anda allá en el hiking, allá en donde es, en Estado de México. I don't know. Have a great weekend, everyone. Que tengan todos excelentes fines de semana. Thank you. Take care. And see you next Friday from 5 to 8. It will be our final lesson. El próximo viernes sería nuestra última clase. Y el viernes explicamos el producto que ustedes van a hacer, que les comenté sobre el practicum, que va a ser una actividad de enseñanza en video. Y vamos a revisar todos los detalles de la entrega de ese producto. All right? Thank you all. Have a great weekend. See you next Friday.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Have a nice
Thank you,
night.
teacher.
Bye. Excellent night. See you. See you.
See you all. See you all. Cynthia, bye-bye. Kritzia, bye-bye. Mariana, see you later.
Excellent Friday.
Bye, teacher.
Thanks, teacher.
See you.
Teacher. Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye. You too.
Teacher.
Cynthia, yes.
I don't know if you can give us more time to upload the homework, because we are in practicums and we have a lot of things to do.
Which semester are you taking? Seventh semester?
Séptimo. I don't know how to say it.
Yes, seventh semester. Estás en séptimo. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thesis and practicum and my teachers, and I don't know, gonna make me crazy right now.
We are the same here in Lerdo. We are just finishing the practicum right now, and I know it's crazy. Everyone is going crazy. So don't worry. Just make sure, Cynthia, you send it up before. Let me give you the date, because that's the date I'm going to send this course to the GESUM.
Okay.
Just make sure you have sent all the work before the 14th of December. If you have a lot of work, just make sure to send it before that date, because
Okay.
that's when I'm going to give closure to this course. And if I don't have your products, well, it will be non-score.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Don't worry.
Okay, and see you.
See you. Take care.
Teacher,
you.
Yes,
only
Carmen.
a question about the video. We
Yes.
have to make something like the video like president, or we have to improve some words like we.
Well, the idea on the video, it's like the title, the video, it's 20 things we should say more often. And then when I check it with you, I told you, okay, guys, leave it in like 10 things people should say it more often. One option is you can do it with your class. You can do it in your practicas. If you don't have any class nearby or any practicas, you can do it with people in your family, and that will be okay. But the point is just like to show the affectionate or the affective or the emotional part of the language. El objetivo, Carmen, es que este tipo de contenidos, que son como 20 cosas que deberíamos decir más seguido, se dista mucho de los contenidos o de las prácticas que vienen en los libros de texto, como háblame de tu colonia, háblame de lo que vistes, háblame de esto. Entonces, son contenidos que generalmente ni tú ni yo abordaríamos con un grupo escolar, porque involucra más un aspecto emocional. Y por eso el objetivo de encargar la actividad, como para saber nosotros en carne propia cómo se siente desarrollar este tipo de videos.
Ok.
¿Ya?
Eso creo.
Sí,
A ver cómo me va.
Es derivado de lo que revisábamos con estas teorías de Krashen de las que yo les he hablado. Las 5 teorías que él desarrolla sobre la adquisición del lenguaje, la última aportación que él hace es el lado afectivo del
El lado
idioma.
afectivo de las
Sí.
cosas. ¿Sí?
Alguna vez me tocó a mí escuchar una conferencia que decía eso. ¿Sí te has dado cuenta, teacher? Bueno, yo que tengo la experiencia en secundaria, ¿sí te has dado cuenta que los productos que te da el libro de texto, que los productos que te pide la editorial, el programa que elabores con tus alumnos, la mayoría son como que muy alejados de lo que a lo mejor tus chicos o tus chicas puedan estar experimentando en el momento? Y decía la expositora, la doctora, de acuerdo, realizar otra actividad te va a demandar más tiempo, más echarle más coco, más cabeza a qué tipo de productos les puedes pedir. Pero si nunca lo has hecho, entonces no sabes cuál vaya a ser la respuesta de esos alumnos. Si del 100% de tus alumnos, el 80% responden de manera apática, no hay entonación cuando les pides el producto, no hay interés, no hay alma en la conversación. ¿Qué pasa cuando les encargues algo que realmente les mueva? A lo mejor el producto o el resultado va a ser diferente. Y hacia eso va encaminado, o más bien hacia eso yo he tratado de poner el tema, que esa última aportación que hace Krashen del lado afectivo también tiene mucho que ver uno como maestro cómo aborda el idioma cuando llega, no sé si te ha pasado, pero que llegas y te haces a la idea de que ahí en el libro dice que tienen que hablar de este tema entre ellos dos y a lo mejor no hace clic con los chavos. Y a lo mejor hay algo más inmediato que puede hacerle clic, pero tú no lo vas a hacer porque el libro no dice que lo hagas. y a veces nos quedamos mucho en esa caja.
Ujú. Sí, lo que pasa es que, bueno, en mi experiencia, yo di en jardín de niños
Ya.
y he dado en primaria, en secundaria no,
Ajá.
en preparatoria, en la universidad, pero no en secundaria. Entonces no me he enfrentado a mis mini monstruos.
Ajá. No, bueno, creo que de preparatoria es un público todavía más apático a veces.
Sí, yo los comparo, mis chiquitos de kinder con los de la secundaria porque son rebeldes, porque no quieren hacer nada, porque nomás quieren jugar. Bueno, son iguales, nomás que en marca Jumbo.
Son
Entonces,
iguales, marca Jumbo, y es un público un poquito más cruel el de secundaria.
sí, tienen la misma, un poco subida a la cruel. Bueno, todo tienen en marca Jumbo.
Ándale, exacto.
Entonces, yo no he tenido la oportunidad de dar prácticas en secundaria. Me agarró la pandemia, las escuelas cerradas.
A todos, ahora que...
No, pero nosotros tuvimos que darnos clases entre nosotros, no nos prestaban a los chicos de secundaria. O sea, fue un caos. Y ahora que ya tengo, supuestamente ya está abierto lo de secundarias,
Ajá.
a 4 amigos y a mí no nos toca secundaria porque estaban llenas.
No hay manera de pisar una escuela, entonces todavía.
No, y están muchos en híbrido todavía, hay otros que están en línea. Entonces, pues nosotros somos un foco de infección viviente y no nos dejan entrar.
Claro.